Hey there guys, and welcome to the first episode of Let's Speedrun Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening? Question mark? The reason the question mark is here is because, actually, I already finished the Let's Speedrun series. However, the same day that I uploaded the final episode of the Let's Speedrun series, I was made aware of a new strategy that actually saves a ton of extra time, about 5 or 6 minutes throughout the speedrun, and therefore I decided I would re-record the first few episodes. The route is changed up through the 3rd dungeon, and then everything is pretty much the same, except for one little trick that saves some time in the 7th dungeon, but I will cover that later. So, to get things started, let's just put our name in. So, basically, the way I'm going to go about re-recording this is I'm going to act as if the first episodes were not made, so I'll still explain everything just the same as I did previously, in case anybody is watching the updated route first before watching, if they hadn't watched the old videos first. So yeah, starting things off, we just talk to Terran, collect our shield. And now I'll take a quick second to explain a concept called wall clipping, which is very useful throughout the speedrun. It allows you to do things you weren't able to do previously. I'll explain the applications of it later, but basically, Game Boy games are set up in a grid system. You can see I'm in the space between this fence and this fence. You know, this is a 2x2 structure, this is 3x2, the fences are 1x1. So right now I am on this block right here. However, you can kind of wedge your way halfway into another grid. So if you just kind of come at it at an angle like this from in between the two blocks, you can see I'm now farther to the left than I was before, and it actually counts me as being halfway, on both of the tiles at once. And that has very useful applications later in the game, but I will explain those as we get to that. It is also worth noting you can do that from the top or bottom by coming at it from partway between from the left or right. I'm now in between both this block and this block. So, to get things started with the actual speedrun, we enter and exit Madame Meow Meow's house because in the 100% run, saving and quitting is allowed, and we will be sometimes entering and exiting places just for the sake of saving time by saving and quitting. Like here, this is going to save me the trip back to the village, and here we're going to collect the sword. There's actually there's a way, if you position yourself just right, there's actually a way to collect the sword before the owl flies away, which can save about 2 seconds, but it can be kind of finicky, and if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world. See, I didn't get it right there. But, yes, so now here, as soon as the sword shows up in our inventory, we're going to save and quit right here. And now we are going to head to the forest. There are a couple of neat tricks in the forest which can be kind of annoying, but they do save time, so I'll explain those when we get to them. While this text is going, I figured I'd just explain the playlist for this series. Basically, the playlist is going to be the source to go to when it comes to the Let's Speedrun series. I will update the playlist as it goes. I'll remove outdated episodes, and I will also put in the title of the old episodes that it's an outdated route and that they're updated videos. So, in this cave is the first trick, which can be kind of annoying, but it's useful. So, here we want to line up our swords so you can see it's on the outer edge of the circle on that block there. And if you release it now, you will break both of those blocks. It saves you walking around the entire room, saves some time, but it's easy to fall in and hold up for too long. So something to be careful of, something to practice. Now here, I should probably explain text skipping. In this game, if you bring up the save and quit menu as you open up a treasure chest, you will skip the text that shows what item you just got. And over the course of the run with all of the treasure chests we'll be opening, that saves a lot of time. Right up here we have the second, probably the more annoying of the two tricks. This is kind of random. You have to wait for the enemy to the left here, the moblin, to face up, and then make sure you time it so that you hit him to knock him away from that pit, and then you want to wall clip on the right side and hold diagonally up and right so that you're kind of floating over the pit a little bit, and then if you did it right, he will use his arrow to knock you over, doing what's called a damage boost. And so he did damage to us, which knocked us over the pit, which means we don't need to get the magic powder. We just skipped about 20 to 30 seconds of gameplay. So, tail key, get it, and hold down because you can get some distance before the owl shows up. In the black and white version, you really can't move very far before the owl shows up. So here, as you can see, we actually never transformed the raccoon back to his original form because, spoilers, that's actually Terran. But for some reason, he's totally okay now, even though he's still a raccoon. So, now we've kind of covered all of the similarities between the last route and this route. There are a couple of major differences now. What we were supposed to do initially here is go collect the magic powder from the trendy game, and then get the Yoshi doll that's in the middle there. So here, position it right here, and then as the top of the magic powder is about to hit the left-facing panels, you just hit the A button, just tap it, and you should get it every time. And, so we were supposed to collect the Yoshi doll. Thanks to this new route change, that is actually not necessary. The first 4 parts of the trading sequence are now obsolete. We don't need to get them, which saves plenty of time. Here we get our first of 20 secret seashells we will be collecting in order to get the level 2 sword. Here we're going to steal the shovel because we're a terrible person. And this shopkeeper is oblivious, except sometimes he's not. That can be random, whether or not he will see you leaving or not. So that can be kind of trolly at times. Now we're going to collect 10 bombs by buying them this time, because, you know, he just killed us and now he's just, oh yeah, you can just buy more stuff. Alright. That's fine, I guess. And now we're going to steal from him again. Huzzah. If we can actually pick up the bow. Yes, so, this new route change. The first 4 items of the trading quest are not necessary, so we would have gone up there to collect the ribbon from the lady up there. We don't need to do that now. And likewise, we don't need to get the dog food from this person. And we just need to collect a second secret seashell and leave. And we're on our way to the first dungeon of the game. So, like I said, the playlist will probably be the go-to source for the updated route in this game. I will update that as I upload episodes. Why? There we go. Jeez. If you press diagonally as you walk past this, you will clip into the hitbox for the keyhole, and it saves you like less than a second, but it's worth doing. So I think that about wraps up the first episode, question mark, kind of first episode of Let's Speedrun Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and in the next episode we will be taking on the Tail Cave. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you then.